Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are still coming to terms with the death of the Queen. The two returned to the United Kingdom after learning of Queen Elizabeth II's death, and the royal family is still in mourning. On September 13, 2022, a royal expert told Us Weekly that the royal family's relationship with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex is still strained. Royal expert Christopher Anderson explained, "Meghan and Harry are still uneasy." He then added, "We've seen that in a recent interview that Meghan gave. It'll take an awful lot, I think, for those to get things back to where they were, and it's all sad." Anderson is referring to Meghan's most recent interview with The Cut, in which he discusses the restrictions imposed by the firm before she and Prince Harry stepped down from their royal family duties. The Suits alum explained about the UK press. "There's literally a structure by which if you want to release photos of your child as a member of the family, you first have to give them to the Royal Rota." She then added, "Why would I give the very people that are calling my children the N-word a photo of my child before I can share it with the people that love my child? You tell me how that makes sense, and then I'll play that game." Right after the Queen's death, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle appeared in public with Prince William and Kate Middleton. The newly appointed Prince and Princess of Wales, as well as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, were viewing the tributes to Queen Elizabeth II at Windsor Castle. According to Kensington Palace, William has invited his brother and sister-in-law to join him and Kate. William had attended his father's proclamation as king earlier in the day. The couples, dressed in all black, admired the flowers and messages of support for the Queen and her family. A royal source told Page 6, "We are all very grateful, both sides putting all things aside for the Queen." In his statement on the Archewell website, Prince Harry gave tribute to all the fond memories he had with his grandmother while she was alive. He said, "Granny, while this final parting brings up great sadness, I am forever grateful for all our first meetings, from my earliest childhood memories with you, to meeting you for the first time as my commander-in-chief, to the first moment you met my darling wife and hugged your beloved great-grandchildren." He then added, "I cherish these times shared with you and the many other special moments in between. You are already sorely missed, not just by us, but by the world over. And as it comes to first meetings, we now honor my father in his new role as King Charles III. He also mentioned how she and her husband Prince Philip are reunited, adding, "We too smile knowing that you and Grandpa are reunited now, and both together in peace." Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan will remain in the United Kingdom until the Queen's state funeral on September 19th at Westminster Abbey. She'll be laid to rest in the King George VI Memorial Chapel at Windsor Castle, alongside her husband of more than 73 years, Prince Philip, who died in April 2021, and close to other family members, including her parents and sisters, Princess Margaret. However, as Charles pointed out, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are now settled overseas with son Archie and 15-month-old daughter Lily, who now have the titles of Prince and Princess available to them as the King's grandchildren. Though they still live at Frogmore Cottage in Windsor, their primary residence is a $14.6 million mansion in Montecito, California. Meghan recently revealed to The Cut, in what would have been considered shocking oversharing if she and Harry had still followed royal protocol, that the house was out of their price range before they signed several lucrative media deals. However, if they were still acting like royalty, they would not have been house hunting in Southern California in the first place. Broadcaster and royal expert Jonathan Sacerdoti told E! News ahead of the Platinum Jubilee, which Meghan and Harry did participate in, though not to the extent of other senior royals. They left the working royal family. They left the country. They now operate in a totally different way than the working royals do. He then added they don't coordinate their statements and activities with the rest of the family, so as not to pull focus. They speak out when they want to, on what they want to. Sacerdoti may have envisioned Harry and Meghan's jaw-dropping 2021 interview with Oprah Winfrey, but it turned out to be a prelude to their new era of candor. Harry also collaborated with Winfrey on the Apple TV Plus's mental health series, The Me You Can't See, appearing on Dax Shepard's Armchair Expert podcast, and began work on a memoir, which is set to be released in November. Meghan's long-promised podcast, Archetypes, officially launched last month with a series of famous guests. though it's now on hiatus out of respect for the Queen after she gradually eased back into public life on her own terms. And despite swearing off social media a couple years ago, the 41-year personal old's Instagram account and lifestyle website were shut down when she and Harry got engaged. However, while Harry has moved fairly easy between the social circles, regardless of which country he's in, his years of serving the crown can't help but influence what he's comfortable with and interested in doing. As stops at a military base in New Jersey to visit children from Afghanistan, the Netherlands to open the 2022 Invictus Games, and New York to speak at the United Nations attest, his civilian-branded endeavors have also leaned towards the charitable and motivational.